Hi everyone, it's kilzhot 99 Gaming's The Walking Dead Season 8. Maggie will die over money. So a lot of reports coming out talking about contract negotiations, and it is a part of the business aspect. You can't predict everything that's going to happen, and sometimes these writers have to have makeshift scripts in order to accommodate stuff like this. I mean, contracts are sometimes season to season. Every once in a while they will do a couple seasons, but we're going to get into all the dynamics, what could happen. I want to thank all of you guys for being here again tonight. We had a good time last night with Random Things. So live streams a couple nights in a row. We will kick another live stream tomorrow just to give everybody a chance to sort of participate a little bit. Also some videos posted earlier in the day. I felt pretty good about my theories. I know some of you agreed. Some of you were like, okay, that could happen, and there's still some disagreement. I don't have the spoilers yet, but I got a feeling when I get those spoilers in, that's going to be very, very close to what I predicted in the video I posted just a couple hours ago. Also, special shout out to Scott Kiernan. So, Scott, I saw you did the super chat donation even before the video started. So he was trying to beat Pete D and Weedy Petey that does the PD bombs. So you were first. So thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate that super chat donation. Followed up with a question. And we're going to be all over the place tonight. If you guys are new to the stream, appreciate all of you guys being here, part of the 999 Army. If you've been here many times, which a lot of you have, you know the ground rules. The ground rules are whatever you're typing right now is not showing up on the video, so I will call on you. If you don't want to include in the video, be careful what you type, because I will sometimes call your name and you will be a permanent part of this video. So thank you. I like Maggie Bonacorda right there saying Maggie can die and Aaron will raise baby Glenn or baby Hershel, whatever they're going to go. And I think it does create, you know, we've heard in the past, look, Maggie's not going to die because it'd be controversial. But I think the show has shown they're not afraid to be controversial, that they will mix it up a little bit. And we're going to debate a lot of that tonight. We're going to debate what her current salary is, or what we approximate her current salary to be, and then some of her co-stars, potential replacements. You know how they do, like on soap operas. They just stick another person in there. I don't think they can do that with Walking Dead. But you never know. You never know what direction they're liable to go in. So let's get this thing going, and here's the way it works. What we got? We got... you know what? Theories, Hippo. It's good. It's good that people are following your theory. I like that. Randy 999 is the GOAT, the greatest of all. That's high praise, man. Thank you so much, Randy. I'll give you a shout out for that. See you, Michelle. Hey, what's going on? Okay, so let's get kind of into the basics of it, and then we'll call on a few people. Your comments are going to be streaming the whole time. So if you haven't seen it by now, there are contract issues. And keep in mind, there were contract conversations with Glenn. There were contract conversations with Abraham. There were contract conversations with Chandler. And now the latest in line is Lauren. And you just never know how these things go. And you know, with the comic book, we knew Glenn was going to die. We didn't know that Abraham was going to die. But when they didn't start renewing these contracts, the writing was definitely on the wall. So I'm going to ask, from a business perspective, take your personal bias out of, you know, what the story is supposed to be. Because, you know, just a couple months ago we were talking about there's no way Carl will die because of what the story is. What does your business mind tell you? Is Lauren going to be back next season? Thoughts and comments. I'm going to call on a few people, and then I'm going to give you some potential alternatives of what could happen. So Chris says they will replace her. Yeah. No. So Yesenia Lopez says, I feel like they're doing the same thing they did with Carl. Yeah, kind of lowballing her. Scott says she'll be back. Holly says she'll be back. So we got some hope, so. She'll be back, too well liked. Steph, I don't think that's a prerequisite for being on the show anymore. Carl's pretty well liked. Weedy Petey says they'll probably work it out, but nothing would surprise him at this point. Show's making money, but you know, salaries are starting to go up. So I'm going to give you a couple figures to talk about the parity of the salaries. So a couple years back, Andrew Lincoln was making $92,000 per episode. So Andrew Lincoln got a pretty huge raise. The current number that I have for Andrew Lincoln is $618,000 per episode. Norman Reedus, we have him coming in at $550,000 per episode. Now, the last time I saw Lauren Cohan was in the $150,000 range. Those numbers could be a little bit outdated. And there's a lot of different ways we can approach this. One, is it Andrew Lincoln and Norman Reedus get more airtime because they're paid more, or are they paid more because they get more airtime? And I know it's kind of a play on words there, but they are popular. Are they purposely not putting a Maggie, a Carol, a Ezekiel in more of the scenes because they don't want to have to pay more people? That's a question for all of you. I'm going to read a few of your comments. Okay, Casey says they're paid because they're good. Rick drives the show. Well, there's a budget. It is the point of what I'm trying to get to. Is you can't just pay everybody $500,000 per episode, and you just can't have that much airtime. And you kind of have to dissect it like this. I mean, the writers are going to write. The writers do have to satisfy what the producers want. And the producers come back and say, we want to put Norman in more scenes. And, you know, they're just not going to pay Norman a boatload of money just because he's Norman. They're going to pay him because he's driving the show. Which means there is a lot of coordination between all of them. Lead actors should be paid more. So, on that basis, if you've got Lincoln 618, Reedus 550, Maggie under 200, what should they pay Maggie? What should they pay Lauren? In a percentage basis. Laura Brown says Rick is the show. So, no problem. I mean, if Rick is making the most money, I don't think she was asking for exactly that, but there's a pretty big disparity between what she makes and what they make. Hippo says, how do the child actors get paid like Judith? Gerber. Lots and lots of Gerber. Epic's coming in saying $300K. Scott saying $475. So a lot of people are coming in and still saying half price. Kicks Her Life says $300,000 and most $450. It's pretty substantial. 300K, but less than Carol. So here lies a debate. If Maggie's making about $200,000, does she walk? Let's say they come back and say, you know what, we're going to give you a modest raise. We're going to give you $250,000. So they bump her up 50 grand per episode. Now, that's not per year. Let me be clear with that. So I don't want you guys thinking, okay, that's pretty good. So you're talking 16 episodes, $200,000 per episode. $3 million? 3.2? Scott's like, taxes. Yeah, it's true. You do have to pay taxes. I mean, we're throwing figures out there. So you start talking about $400,000 per episode. That's crazy money. All right, we're going to get back to that because, you know, we could all throw a bunch of monetary figures out there. So what, she's obviously auditioning for a lot of pilots. There's other people that want to put her in leading roles. Now, I don't know who all these pilots are. They're pretty hush-hush about the pilots. But it's not always about money. I mean, Josh McDaniels didn't go to the Indianapolis Colts just for money. It's about opportunity and she, you know, she could have a pretty substantial gig. But they got to put something in there like a no-kill clause. You know, where they can't just mix it up. Like, for example, you know, what if they came back and said, hey, we're going to give you a raise, and then halfway through the season they decide to kill her, and then there's no long-term security there. So there's got to be some protection for her as well. Epic Vid said Lauren should be happy that she has a steady job for years and is making money. So let me throw this out to the group. How many of you are comfortable with The Walking Dead moving on without Maggie? Let's see how many people just, and this doesn't have to be a business decision. This is as a fan. How many of you are okay? I mean, we haven't got over Carl yet. We haven't got through Carl situation yet. Joe says fine. Wayne's nope. Maggie says I am. So Maggie not representing Maggie. I see what you did there, Hippo. You'll be on Easy Street. Holly couldn't. Donna no. Paris I'm comfortable. E Beach is good with it. Enjoy her character. A little uncomfortable. Veteran. So some people love her. No Maggie, no problem. Joni Tucker. You know, 50% of the crowd here is fine. I get a feeling there's more of an attachment to Carl than there is to Maggie at this point. You know, she is. But let me just give my own personal take on this. Before she shot that dude and put him in the box, I didn't care if she was gone. She could leave. She was annoying me. I'm just telling you. Character wasn't really doing anything. She was just at Hilltop. back and forth with Gregory. No, I wasn't really enjoying that. But now I'm a little interested. Now when she was in the car and that look on her face when Simon walked up. So now they're writing her into something that I care about a little bit more. So this is kind of back to my point I was talking about a little bit earlier, is you can pay somebody a lot of money and then write really good scenes for them and they justify their money. Or you can phase them out. And now if you got her shooting people and putting them in boxes and stirring the hornet's nest a little bit, then, yeah, if you're going to do that, then pay her some more money and I'll watch. Well, Steph, and that's exactly my point. You said it exactly the way I just explained it. It's the writer's fault. The writers and the producers will make you or break you on this show. You overstep your grounds and you start asking for more money than they're willing to pay you, they're going to write your role down and then adios, Maggie. I mean, it doesn't mean she can't get opportunities elsewhere. No. Character's pregnant. And Dan, I do watch Game of Thrones. I binge watched it. I'm all through that, man. And actually, when Game of Thrones is back on, we're going to be doing. I told everybody we're going to do Game of Thrones commentary as well. So, Dan Berendez, good point. So if Maggie dies, baby Glenn is gone too. Okay, so another question for the group. Are you guys ready for baby Glenn? Or would killing Maggie's character and baby Glenn, I hate to say it like this because it sounds cold. Two-part question. Do you guys want to see baby Glenn / Hershel, or are you okay with Maggie's character dying just so we don't have to go through another baby being on the show? I know. It sounds harsh. And luckily I'm talking about television show characters because, I want you guys to take me down for this. And Deja Vu says, who is going to take care of all these children? Chet's okay with that. Shanny D wants to see baby Glenn. You want to see another baby on the show? We need a baby Glenn. Babies are hope. Is there hope at this point? Or is it getting more and more dark? Any chance at all that Negan could give Maggie the Lucille kiss of death? And maybe it's just like a slow, lingering effect, and that's where they leave it at the end of the season? Wouldn't that be a cliffhanger? Maybe not. Maybe that's a little too much. I'm throwing some random ideas out there. So, we got baby Judith is growing up. We got baby Gracie. And then we're going to have baby Glenn. So Kel has a point. Without babies, there is no future. So my question is, does the show, this is really going to tell you a lot about the audience. It's going to tell you where people stand. Because, look, some people like horror movies because they're horror movies. Because bad things happen to people. Some people like, inspirational type of movies, Shawshank Redemption, where things happen and there's meaning to it. So I'm going to ask you a question at this point. Does the show need more hope, or does the show need to become a twisted, darker zombie apocalypse? I'm going to read a couple comments here. Because how you answer this question probably has a lot to do with how you feel about Maggie's future and the role. So here's a couple. So Paul Phelps says it needs a little more hope. E. Beach says it needs to be darker. Chet says it needs to be darker. Debbie needs a little more hope. Bryant needs a mix. Holly says a little darker. Both. So if we're to choose one or the other, if the show needs to be a little darker, killing a pregnant Maggie and writing her character off, that would be pretty dark. Because they're even... I feel like they're a little afraid to make it darker, because even killing Carl, they're doing it in a very hopeful type of way. You see what I'm saying here? It's going to be a sad moment because we miss Carl, but it's not going to be all sad. It's going to be hope and uplifting, like Carl is the reason that this war should end, and Carl is the hope. So it needs, I do think it needs a certain amount of despair from time to time. Not control, not like, Rick basically, every one of Negan's whims, not that type of thing, but like danger lurking around the corner. I mean, that's really why we started watching it, isn't it? And then when it's dark, the brief moments of light seem more important. When it's all good, the dark moments are like, okay, well, duh, it's zombies. This is the way it's supposed to be. So I don't think it can have that balance. I do think we are further along in the zombie apocalypse, I don't know, 6, 7 years, how long this has been going on. It's bound to get worse. Yeah, Stephen, okay, and I get what you're saying. Hope and darkness balance it out, but it's got to be getting darker, not getting better. Because the only thing that's going to make it better is a civilization is doing better than you're doing, a potential cure, something that can help the group, because more people are dying, and instead of more people dying, what they're doing, it's like a revolving door. Okay, we killed off this character, but we lost Glenn Abraham, but we got Jesus, we got Cindy coming back. We lost this person, but we got this person. So they're strategic in the way they're bringing new communities and new people in, but it has been balanced, and I think that's probably why they've lost some of the viewers, because they're straddling that line too much. Okay, so let me get back to a little bit of the Maggie topic, because a lot of people are going to be watching playback with this, and there are some good comments, and I appreciate kind of some of the direction that you guys are going. Possible they do one of these soap opera type of things and don't kill. I don't think Walking Dead has ever done. No, they haven't. Walking Dead's never done this. Possible they get somebody to play Maggie for cheaper, and they don't kill her character. They let her leave, and they get someone else that we're going to have to accept as Maggie. Any possibility of that whatsoever? You don't get tomatoes without seeds. That's Lucas' comment. I'm gonna let that I'm gonna absorb that for a minute. That's deep. I wasn't expecting anybody to say yes. I just wanted to throw it out there as a possibility. I'm not going to read the amount of people that say recasting wouldn't work. One or two are saying sure, they could bring in somebody else. You could always just show her from the side, show her profile or the back of her head. And then anybody could do the voiceover. We've been fighting since the farm. I ain't about to give up yet. They could call me. I'll do Maggie's southern drawl, and just get anybody in there. Side profile, holding a baby. Give her one more season and then write her out. So yeah, let Lauren walk and just get a stand up. Have Gregory. Gregory can come in and kill her. They give her CGI. Just as a side note, I don't know if you guys caught the Walking Dead tweet. And if you guys are not football fans, you won't get this. But those of you that did watch the, can I say Super Bowl? The big game, whatever. The little CGI figures of Nick Foles and Tom Brady, they were bad. They were terrible. I don't know if that was claymation or what it was supposed to be. But even The Walking Dead had a comment, and they tweeted out something like, our deer was better CGI than they had in the Super Bowl. So that's pretty bad. Yeah, it was. So, all right, we pretty much shot down recasting. If AMC watches the videos, I'm available. If you need if you need me to do a Maggie voice, I'll definitely do that for you. We have talked about salary discrepancies, pretty big. So I'm just going to ask one more question, and then we will wind this video down. I want to keep this at 30 minutes because we got some stuff to talk about tomorrow. As a business owner, as a fan, whatever you want to use as your criteria, your gut instinct. Yes or no, a contract gets worked out with Lauren Cohan and she's back next season. So everything you got, your prediction, your bold prediction. I made a very bold prediction a couple hours ago with my Carl death video. I feel really good about it. I felt really good about Glenn and Abraham too before the spoilers. And I got the same type of vibe with this one. If you guys have not had a chance to watch it, go on the 909 channel, check it out, leave your comments, and let me know what you think about that. And I'm going to read a few of your comments. And this is, we got a lot of people saying yes. Chris Salisbury saying yes. OU Crawfish is saying yes. Scott saying yes. Chet saying yes. So most people, Ron is saying no. It looks like about 90-95% of the group is saying yeah, she's going to be back. And to be honest with you, as I said earlier, if they don't ramp her up a little bit and they just got her sitting at Gregory's desk doing nothing, I could care less. Don't even bring her back. You're wasting my time, and you're probably wasting your money. But if you're actually going to make her a valuable character and tell her story and toughen her up a little bit more, yeah, absolutely bring her back. That's kind of the way I feel about it. I could see the role go either way. But as a fan, don't just give me a token character and say, I feel comfortable. It's my safety zone because Maggie's still alive. I don't care if Maggie's alive. I care if Maggie's alive and she's productive and she's doing something. Don't just put her over in the background. You're going to put her on the show, write her into the scenes, toughen her up. I think she has some opportunity, but we're just now starting to see it again. Lindsay Luke says the contract will work itself out. IROC says, I don't care either way. Hippo, bring her back. Turn her into a badass like Carol. There you go. That's exactly the way I wanted to say it. Angela McMillan, AMC has a lot of money. They can afford it. They can. Question is, do they need to? I think at most, you know, as viewers, we want to hang on to everyone, but you only need 6 or 7 really main characters out there, and then the other people can be the supporting cast. Okay, everybody, we have hit 30 minutes. I want to thank you for joining this live debate. We talked a little bit about salaries. We talked about possible recast. No, you gave it a thumbs down. And then ultimately, we do think that the contract will work itself out. Just had to touch on this because so many people are giving their 2 cents. I wanted the 99 Army to have a chance to give their 2 cents. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Tune in tomorrow at 9:30. We will have a brand new topic. Check out the 999 channel and comment on some of the videos we have up there. If you're watching the playback, this is the closing credits. If you're still here in live chat, slap that like button one time. And also, give me a quick 999. We're going to give shout-outs on the way out the door. My name's Kilzhot. Talk to y'all soon. Thank you so much. Wayne, Hippo, Shanny D, thanks for being here. Paul Phelps, Scott Kernan, Tammy Sifford, thanks for being here. Chronicle Kai, Epic Vids 8, Northside Queen, thank you. OU Crawfish, Deborah Mooney, Brian Clayton, 999, baby. Who else we got here? Tommy, the sweet-ass enforcer, McCandless, Emmy, Desiree Cash Bacon, Kel says smile, Steph the Cuervo Queen Richardson, 1189, Paris, Holly Pierce, Maggie Bonacorda, Joni Tucker, Jenna Crockett. Thank you so much, Jenna. Penny for your thoughts, Stephen Miller, Michelle Wolf. What's up, Lyric? Good to see you as well. Joshua. Angela McMillan, Lenore Smith. Jason, the mixologist, is in the house. Annie Hernandez. Also, Petey Weedy. Wilson. Sasha Eller, thanks for being here. iRock6, Lindsay Luke. Double L is here. Dan Berendez, eBeach72. That's right, Chronicle. 18 days to go. We are winding that thing down. KCF, thanks for being here as well. Kicks Her Life. Wilson. Absolutely. If you guys are not on the Walking Dead 999 Army and 999 Sports page, get over there, check those out. We have some good dialogue, some good debate on those as well. And just cool family environment. Angela Savage, thanks for being here. Villar, good to see you as well. Appreciate you being here tonight. Thanks, Shannon Brown. Good to see you. Epic Vids 8. I am too. I'm so ready. Because, you know, first it's predictions, then it's going to be spoilers, and then it's going to be enjoyment. It's like there's 3 stages. Lee Bonner. Hey, Lee. Thanks so much. I was reading what she wrote. I was about to say hello to myself. Hey, Lee. Hey, Kills. One man from Ohio. What's up, one man? Like a one-man gang. Thank you. I'm glad you like the streams, and I'm glad all of you guys are part of the streams. You really make it a lot of fun. You know what? That is a super chat question. OU Crawfish wants to know if I'm willing to get breast augmentation and take over the Maggie role. I'm gonna say no. I'm willing to do the voice only. Thank you for that question. It might be probably one of the most interesting questions we've had. Appreciate that. Assassin Negan, thanks for being here. Hey, Ron, thank you for being here. You have a good night as well. Holly Pierce, thanks. If I missed you in a shout-out, make sure when this video goes live, you guys leave it in the comments. Over the next couple days, you will be seeing on the 999 Spoiler channel some of your comments transferred over there. So if you have not subscribed to 999 Comics, 999 Sports, 999 Plays, 999 Spoilers, Sub to all of those things because there will be various videos that will pop up from time to time. Oh, I think I missed Brene. So thank you so much for being here, Brene, too. If I shout you out, I'll give you a double shout out. I try to get everybody. But leave the comments on this video when it goes live and some of the other videos because I'm randomly going to pull some of those and you can see what people say to your comments and how they debate that. All right, everybody, I will talk to y'all soon. Have a good night. See you tomorrow at 9:30. Peace.